the two words that can destroy your ERISA disability claim and why you should never ever use the words never or always in your ERISA disability forms or in your reports to your doctor. Now, an ERISA disability carrier is always looking for a way to deny or terminate a claim. You can give them that ammunition to create the claim denial or termination by exaggerating your disability as you're documenting or completing the activity of daily living forms or in your phone calls with a disability carrier. Now, the ADL form asks all sorts of questions about your physical abilities, and you might be tempted to exaggerate in an effort to convince the carrier of the level of your pain and dysfunction. We're not in the business, and you shouldn't be in the business, of impressing upon the carrier how disabled you really are. That's a huge mistake because it will create a reason for the carrier to deny your claim, particularly if there's an inconsistency between what you report on the activity of daily living forms, what you're telling your doctor you do, what's on social media, or what they may catch you doing on surveillance. Any of that can be a case killer. The activity of daily living form asks questions like, how much do you lift? How long can you sit? How long can you stand? You might say, oh, my spouse lifts things, but maybe I can't even lift a case of water, and I can't bend down to pick up a case of water or dog food. Those are the kinds of words that will be sort of a case killer. It's an invitation to the disability carrier on a silver platter to put surveillance on you. Because if you say you never can do something, I promise you, you can do something. And I promise you, the disability carrier will catch you doing what you said you never did. So there are carriers like Hartford, Unum, and Reliance Standard that really rely heavily on the use of surveillance. They're notorious for putting surveillance on policyholders who are being paid benefits. And they want to record you doing any activity you said you never did or would have extreme difficulty doing. Because again, they want to be able to say, look, you're exaggerating, and your doctor's relying on what it is you have to say about your functionality in rendering an opinion about restrictions and limitations. So they're going to take that film back, the activities of daily living forms, and they're going to say to the doctor, didn't you rely on what your patient had to say about their functionality? Well, yes, I did. And then they'll say, well, let me show you on the surveillance film what it is your client's actually doing. They may have a picture of you going to the grocery store, bending over, picking up a case of water, putting it in your trunk, things you said you couldn't do. And the doctor's going to be very upset at you. And what's the natural inclination of someone who they think they've been lied to? Well, they're going to change your restrictions and limitations, because after all, the doctor relied on you, and if you're not telling the truth, the doctor doesn't want to have egg on their face. So be truthful, don't exaggerate. When you're filling out these ADL forms, they're open-ended questions. Be accurate, be complete, give a range. Don't give the disability carrier a reason to deny or terminate your benefits. If you have any questions about your rights to disability benefits, if your claim's been denied or terminated, call me today at 727-894-3188 for a complimentary consultation. I can help you get the disability benefits you deserve, regardless of where you live, regardless of who that disability carrier might be, and regardless of the nature of your medical condition. 727-894-3188.